Hello people, it is me, TF Nosy, and I am pointing my camera at the screen at this individual here, Dave's Transformers Junkheap. This video I've just found thank you to George, Exaggerated Elegy, and this is the video I'm going to be responding to at this moment in time. It brings up a really interesting point that I think not just myself but a lot of people have thought about but never really mentioned about it before, and I really want to talk about this because I feel exactly the same sometimes when it comes to Transformers. Here we go, it's me again. Basically, I'm here, like I just said a moment ago, to respond to this individual. Now, he's probably not expecting me to just out the blue respond to this, because I've literally just found out who this guy is just like a few minutes ago, like not even that, very short time ago. Thanks to George, Exaggerated Elegy, who actually posted this on Facebook and saying basically sometimes you find videos that just get you here, kind of thing, like really get you, tug your heartstrings. And what this guy, basically, the guy's called Dave, obviously, and it's Dave's Transformers Junkheap. That's the channel. And basically, he brings up it's basically meant to be a review that ended up failing this video, and he ended up just asking a big long question at everybody that watches videos or whatever. And basically what he says in this video is, he basically goes on about saying that, basically he could say, do you ever look up at the collection, or do you ever see the collection and buying the toys and Transformers? Do you ever feel that you've wasted your life? This is essentially what he was trying to come over with. Do you feel sometimes that you're wasting your life away by collecting these figures or these toys? And that is essentially the question in a nutshell that he was trying to come over with. And I have to reply to this because I've never actually really seen anybody who's mentioned this, and I've been thinking the exact same thing for a lot of time of maybe doing my videos. Back in the times where it was kind of a bit dark, dark points in my YouTube time, like last year and the year before that, I've kind of been thinking to myself up here, hence why I've not had any morale to make any Transformer reviews for quite a majority of last year. And this was one of the main reasons that I couldn't be bothered to make videos for, couldn't be bothered to make videos because of this reason. And seeing another person make a video on the exact same point of what I was thinking about in my own head, seeing somebody talk about the same old thing that I'm thinking about, and I've never even mentioned about it, it really did ring home to me. And I have to talk about it because this has really inspired me to talk about it myself. Now, I love Transformers, and as you could tell by the last video, the video before this one, I uploaded my love for my likes and dislikes response to the Fallen 835. That was my latest video, and in that I said I absolutely loved G1. I had nothing bad to say about it, and that is still the case. And I love Transformers. It was very nostalgic back in the day of me being a kid. I watched G2, which was obviously the thingy of G1 back in the 90s, and that's how I got into watching G1 Transformers, or G2, whatever. And I absolutely love Transformers, don't get me wrong. It was at a point in time back in the 90s where I was getting a really hard time with being bullied and stuff, and cartoons in general really did help me, get rid of all that crap out of my head. And to be honest with you, I still love Transformers and cartoons because of how it helped me through that dark patch of my life. But in the last couple of years with my YouTube channel, I've been thinking to myself in my head, like, thinking about selling all my collection. And I think this is very similar to what this guy is talking about, where basically he could be playing with a toy, and he could, like, 1 minute be like really enjoying playing with it, and the next minute you just feel that you just want to end it all. You just want to end collecting these figures. You can't be bothered anymore. And he feels that he is saying that basically he's also asking, is it a bad thing to think this? And also, is it a stupid thing to collect these pieces of plastic as well? So that was also a part of the question. But yeah, to be honest with you, no, it's not a bad thing to think like that. I have to say that to your face, or directly at this video, at you. There's nothing wrong with thinking like that, really. There is nothing wrong. A lot of Transformer reviewers over the past few years have vanished from YouTube. They were very popular with a lot of people on YouTube. Very, very, very popular. And over time, they have just got bored of it. They just could not be bothered to buy any more Transformers. There was nothing. Transformers essentially was dead to them now. And they just couldn't be bothered to upload any videos and that. And they just couldn't be bothered to collect anymore. And that spiraled quite a big response. And everybody else, a lot of the ones that I've been reviewing for well over 5 years, or 5 years onwards, like myself, I've been about 5 years on YouTube. And to be honest with you, that over that period of time, you do get extremely bored, and you start thinking to yourself, have I wasted my time? Have I wasted those 5 years where I could have been out and about enjoying myself a lot more, instead of sitting here in this chair, looking at that camera and talking about crap and collecting all this stuff? Have I been wasting all that time? And yeah, to be honest with you, that's exactly what I've been thinking about. And I'm definitely going to say to you that there's nothing wrong with thinking that. There's nothing wrong with thinking that you've wasted your life doing it, because really, I mean, you've also got to think about that you started, or I, myself as well, we both started collecting Transformers because of our childhood, the nostalgia factor, and we all loved Transformers. We loved the whole transforming from robot to alt mode, etc., and we loved that. Hence why it compelled us in our older life, when we were a bit older, in our teens and in our adult life now, and it still stuck with us, hence why we're doing this. And it's a good thing I think it's a good thing to collect Transformers. I don't think it's a bad thing, but at the same time, I don't think it's a bad thing to start thinking about that you may have thought about that you have wasted your life doing this. And what can I really say to rectify my own opinion about this? It's just basically, I've looked at a lot of the figures that I've got, and I'm just, even now, while talking about this, I'm thinking the same goddamn thing. I'm like, why have I wasted all this money on buying all this stuff when I could have, like, put it to much better use, you know what I mean? And I have been thinking a lot about selling them on, about getting rid of all of it, and trying to kickstart a normal life, where get off my ass, you know, get out the house and experience life outside the house more than sat in this fucking chair. And that is exactly what I think about quite a lot of the time. But then all of a sudden, it's what snaps me out of that phase is that I start watching videos on YouTube again and see all these people holding that piece of plastic and saying to me, or to anybody directly when you're watching the video, how good this thing is, and then also like new released figures, and it just gets you straight back in again, and you just cannot stop buying them. It's an obsession. That is the problem. Transformers is a drug that you just can't really stop 100%. You cannot stop it 100%. You can cut down maybe to about 50%, but you can never stop buying the odd one or two, and that's how I've found myself. I haven't got the largest of collections compared to some people, but every time I go to Auto Assembly, I'm like, I don't want to buy anything. There's nothing I want. Which is Auto Assembly is the Europe's largest Transformers convention. If you didn't know that, Dave, because I've got no idea whether you go or you have been before. And to be honest, that whenever I go, I'm like, I don't want to spend any more money. I don't want to waste any more because there's just nothing really I want. And then all of a sudden, I end up coming home with probably one of the biggest hauls I could think of. And I'm never probably going to really play much with any of them, except for maybe reviewing them once or twice, or reviewing them, and I might pick them up now and again to have a look at them. And the rest of the time, they're just on my shelf gathering dust. And I've spent hundreds, maybe nearly thousands over the past 4 years going to Auto Assembly. I've been 4 times, I think it's my 5th time this year, 2014, when I go again. And I don't know how much more I can really say about it, but you're not on your own, my friend. You really aren't on your own. I felt that massively myself, and I don't think it's wrong to think that. But at the same time, you know, to be honest, if you feel in yourself that you don't want to continue collecting these things, just stop it. It is your life. You make your life, you make your life what you want it. You know what I mean? You make your life what you want it. You do not have to think that you're having to do this just to benefit those people that subscribe to you on YouTube, and you don't have to. I know I can just stop when I want to, but to be honest, I'm just exactly in the same boat. I can't really say anything more, because I can't really talk, because I'm in the same situation with myself. I'm just going to stop this video here because I'm just going to go around in circles, but I had to talk about this and respond and tell this guy that he's not the only one. And if anybody else would like to respond to me or to Dave's video, I will put a link in the description box so you can watch it yourself. And if you want to respond, I'd love to hear anybody else that has also felt the same thing, because I've never really seen anybody talk about this until now, and it's inspired me to make my own response to it. And so thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it, and well, I hope you've got the whole premise of what the video was all about. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back soon. Thank you. Bye.